Hey guys, how's it going? MasterBucks here and welcome. Today guys, I'm going to be trying something a little bit different, something that I don't usually post, but something that I definitely want to do this time around because something's happened to me and I don't know why, but for the last day or two, I don't know when this video is going to go up exactly, but for the last day or two, it's just got me thinking like, I don't know, what happened to me was pretty mental. Basically, to sum it up, I've been having some pretty deep thoughts in the last 24, 48 hours. So basically, we're just going to have a quick chat. We're going to have a little bit of pointless ramble, a bit of banter, just a chat, just a quick chat, just face to face, me and you. And obviously this is going to be a story. This is quite a story, so I'm going to let you know. Let's start from the top. Now, for ages now, I have been meaning to get shirts done up for my YouTube channel. So I've got that TMB logo that I was hoping to get plastered or put on the front of a shirt. I was going to get one or two done just for me to wear and just to see what the reception was like. Maybe I might release them and maybe I might sell them later on. But basically, I've just been meaning for ages now, nearly months, to get one of these shirts done up, and I knew exactly where I was going to get it done and all that stuff. A couple of days ago, I posted on Twitter, I have to remember to make sure I get one of these shirts done up. I've got to do it, been meaning to do it for ages. And I also replied to that with something like, if anyone reminds me on Monday to go get these shirts done, they'll get a retweet and 100 bottle caps. Side note, by the way, the 100 bottle caps thing, yeah, that might have been a joke. But anyway, I do drink a lot of Coke, but I just do not have that many bottle caps just lying around. And then, of course, you have to like imagine the whole scenario. What do you do if you actually try to send someone 100 bottle caps? Anyway, getting back on track. The retweets were there. I did have people on Monday say, don't forget, get the shirt done up. You were supposed to get it done up today, blah, blah, blah. And those people got their retweets. And I was reminded, oh yes, I need to get the shirt done. So that Monday, I'm like, okay, I make plans, preparations. I'm going to go to the shop. I'm going to go to the place where they make these shirts and they embroider all these shirts and everything like that. And I'm going to see I'm going to go there and I'm going to talk to the guy about getting one done, look at the shirts firsthand and see what's best. Now, remember the name of the store. The store's name is Embroid Me, who I think are quite a big company, maybe a global company that do embroidering of t-shirts and makeup t-shirts and a whole bunch of attire for companies and whatever. I've actually had family that have used them as well, so that's how I was going to go to them. So yeah, I was going to go to Embroid Me basically first thing in the morning when they opened. So I went to bed, I woke up, getting in the shower, getting dressed up, and I was checking the phone I'm just checking Twitter all the time because, you know, that's the life of a YouTuber. To be fair, that's not life of a YouTuber, that's just life of anybody right now. We're just always checking our phones, whatever. So I'm just going through the normal morning routine. I'm checking YouTube, checking Instagram, checking Vine, Facebook, whatever, and Twitter as well. I then see in my feed a post about a car that has gone through the front of a shop. Now, I've recently started following some local news outlets and news Twitter accounts like Channel 7, 9 and Channel 10 for anyone that lives in Australia. I started following a few of those and I knew that this was a local story about a car that had gone through the front of some office shop or some car or, you know, some shop or store or whatever. And I was like, oh man, damn, that's crazy. But I didn't really see or I couldn't tell what store it was. They didn't say, they just said that a car went through the front. And, you know, I didn't really think much of it. But anyway, I keep on getting ready, keep getting dressed. I'm nearly about set, ready to walk out the door. I check Twitter one more time right as I'm walking out to the car and I get a few more updates on this crash, this car that has gone straight through a storefront. But this time, the tweets that I see, the new updates, have pictures that clearly show the front of the store and of course the branding of the store, and I instantaneously know exactly what's just happened. If you don't know what's going on by now, then I'm very surprised, but yes, the store that had a car crash right through it that morning, the store that I was supposed to be at about 10 or 15 minutes ago, had just had a car go straight through it. It was the Embroid Me store. I was supposed to be in this store about 10 or 15 minutes ago, around about the exact same time this car just went careering into the front of the goddamn store. I could have been driving to the store on the same road and seeing the crash happen live. I could have been parking and seeing the crash happen as I was parking. I could have been walking into the store at the exact same fucking time this car had gone through this store. Or I could have been in the store, maybe sitting in the wrong spot, looking in the wrong shirts, and then bang, that's it. This is one of the most coincidental and one of the trippiest things that I've ever had happen to me in my short life, in my short 22-year life. I've never almost had anything quite like this. I was 10 or 15 minutes away from being potentially stuck under a car and just like that, bang, no more MasterBucks. I told myself the day before that I wanted to get up nice and early, get dressed, get over there almost as soon as they open, have a look at the shirts, see what's best, talk to the guy, get it all sorted, and then be back right away to edit YouTube videos for the entire day. And obviously I was 5 or 10, 15 minutes late to getting out of bed, obviously just hitting the snooze button or whatever and just sleeping in for that little bit longer. And that sleep in, just that delay, that, you know, just not really starting the events of the day 10 or 15 minutes longer has ultimately potentially maybe saved my life. I know that the odds and the chances of being in the exact place in the exact spot where something horrible and potentially life-ending could happen to you is extremely high. But it was there. That possibility was right there. And some of the thoughts and just the things that I've been like pondering ever since have been like mental, like Nostradamus level crazy. Like in the last few days, anytime I've left the house and gotten in the car, I think, am I gonna go somewhere where something's gonna happen and I'm either gonna miss it by a couple of minutes or a couple of seconds because I took that little bit longer or I was a little bit quicker to get in the car that day. It's almost like when you're driving, you might miss a car accident by a couple of seconds, by a split second, and it'll be because you may have taken just that little bit longer closing the door. It's just time, and it's just, I don't know. And it just works in so many other ways as well. Like imagine you got in your car a second or two earlier or later or whatever, and you narrowly missed a car accident, or you were involved in a car accident that was only a matter of split seconds. If you had gotten in your car and started driving potentially about a second or two later, you could have avoided that accident, or that accident could have been much, much worse. It's just like, I don't know. It's just crazy. Crazy. Oh shit, I forgot I had this. This right here, guys, this is the card of the actual, hand a minute. I'll see if I can cover his name and phone number and stuff like that. Let me just show you. I'll blur out the information and like the name and number and stuff like that. But this was the card that I was given by a family member who had actually worked with this company before. I'd actually completely forgot that I had this card in my room. But yeah, I mean, that's even more. That was actually, I'm really disappointed that you couldn't see what I just did there. I just threw the fucking card and it just landed perfectly. All right, well, moving on. You have no idea how long I've had that fucking card for as well, like literally months. Why did I take nearly a month or two to finally get this t-shirt, whatever, underway, to finally decide and say, yep, I'm gonna go to this store, only narrowly avoiding, over the months that I've been meaning to do this, narrowly avoiding a potential fatal accident by 10 or 15 minutes. And even though, you know, this has only happened a couple of days ago and I'm still quite gripped by it and it's really, really fresh for me, I know that this has happened to so many other people and I'm genuinely interested right now to hear if this has happened to anybody else. Any of you guys watching, if you have gotten a similar story or maybe something creepily exact, then please leave it in the comments. Because right now, guys, I'm just totally intrigued and just so aware about how innocently being in some certain spot at some certain time can end up having complete huge ramifications and repercussions on your life, whether they be for the good or potentially for me in this case maybe the bad, and maybe that is it. And if you rate my ramblings now, just imagine if I'd gotten out of bed and gotten ready 7, 8, 9 minutes later and I'd gotten in the car and I'd rocked up to the store before this had happened and I was walking, let's say, to the front of the shop and the car had just gone right past me, right in front of me into the store, then I would have been absolutely tripping. As soon as I got home, I would have just crawled up in the fetal position, sucking my thumb, contemplating life. It's obviously been a few days and I haven't gone back to the store. I don't know if it's repaired, and obviously something told me that that day they probably would have been shut. So I still am meaning to get the shirts done, and when they're back up and running, I'll be sure to go and support them as well, because that's a terrible thing to happen. I mean, I'm just thinking about myself here and like, oh wow, I was 5-10 minutes away from getting smashed by a car and thrown into a window or whatever. And I'm thinking about this poor guy that's had something tragic happen to his business. So I'm obviously thinking about him. So I definitely want to make sure that I go there when he's back up and running and supporting him again. But anyway, just wanted to end it on something nice instead of something just deep, if you know. Well, maybe that might have been deep, but anyway, let's just finish it up. I just wanted to share some stories about me and just let you know a little bit more about me, so you know more about me as a person instead of just this guy that gets really angry when he's playing offline FIFA. Because trust me guys, I am a lot more than that. But yeah, I reckon that'll do it for this time. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name's MasterBucks. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day and have a good one. Bye bye.